Hey, what's up, guys? I'm BTC, and I'm joined by Skill, who is a Grandmaster, top 500 player, one of the best in the world. We're going to be going through your gameplay in the Coach and Roast. We're going to try to give you some tips and advice on how you can improve and rank up, but we're also going to be making fun of all the stupid things that you do. Now, before you complain about this, everybody who submitted a video knows exactly what we're going to be doing, so don't whine, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Alright, so we got another coaching video. This time we're going to be looking through his hero gallery. And,
Oh, that's a picture. Okay, that's Soldier.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Alright. You sucks. Corey in the house. Did you just assume my gender? Ah, the wonders of general chat. Alright, who are we going to be?
Reaper.
Reaper.
Okay.
The only Reaper player in the world.
Is that the real Reaper player? Is that the best Reaper player? That's the only Reaper player.
Oh, what's that guy saying? He says, anime sucks. And then the other guy says, you sucks. Oh, okay.
Corey in the House is, in fact, the best anime, by the way.
Alright, so... first thing, you're using the default crosshair for Reaper. It's not incredibly bad, but I would probably recommend using either the smaller circle or the short crosshairs. Just like the default crosshairs just aren't really that good. So.
I'm a fan of the white dot, personally.
Alright, so... what we're going to be looking at a lot is going to be your positioning and stuff, and how much time you actually spend with your team and away from your team. Because a lot of Reapers tend to try to do the Rambo missions a little too much, and they end up just not being effective.
Okay, well, I can already tell you your first mistake there. You actually missed the jump on top of the ice wall. You actually fell behind it, so you're kind of there for a few seconds.
So work on your parkour skills.
Yeah, just do some leg exercises. I don't know, dude. Work on some push-ups.
Push-up?
Push-ups. You need that strength to lift you up, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like he's going to walk on his hands or something?
God damn it.
Oh,
okay. Well, see, I would say this is a risky play, all right? Because you're away from your team, and you're going to go for the super flank. So let's see what happens here. Did you miss? You missed the parkour.
Well, Farah knew you're up there. Farah knows you're up there.
So now you're in a weird spot.
Now look at where your team is. All of your team is like way over there. You're basically by yourself. That was a 1-on-3 situation at best. It looked like there was actually a fourth person. A lot of times with these flanking characters like Tracer, Reaper, Genji, and stuff, players think that they have to do these kind of like the Rambo style missions. They have to go off on their own, and that's generally not the case. The point of the flanking characters, you are doing about.
Can you get the kill? Can you get there?
There you go. Yeah, you're doing about 1 point of damage at that range, by the way.
Yeah, when you went for that flank, you essentially did 0 damage and wasted 20 seconds. So
twice.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
By Diva?
If you had stayed with your team, maybe you would have had more value, you know?
Yeah, so the thing is like, again, with the flankers, a lot of times, like I said, players think that they have to like go off on their own and whatever. But really, you still want to attack with the team. You just want to attack from a different angle than the team. So you're still hitting the enemy at the same time as everybody else. You're just basically blindsiding them. So.
Yeah, what I noticed right now is you're fidgeting a lot, and I believe it's due to there's too much going on for you to process, so you're having a hard time finding a target that you want and also staying with your team, so you're kind of not doing anything. So in a situation like that, either you can work on focusing a little bit more, or you can just immediately run for your team and then turn around and find a target you want to fight. So going for the flank again. You're coming in from a different position than your team is. And you shouldn't even really be up here because May just killed 2 of your team members.
Don't bother shooting at enemies that are that far away. You're not going to do anything.
And you're giving away your position. So right now you should actually probably throw yourself off the cliff because you're not going to get anything done here, and you want to regroup with your team. And you could have jumped on the point, but you didn't.
Yeah, no, I wasn't looking at the time. I don't think skill was either. So
yeah.
Jumping off the cliff actually would have lost you the game. So ignore that. If it hadn't been that close, then that would have been the right thing to do. But in that case, it didn't matter. Like, you could have gotten on the point, you could have wraith formed, you would have stalled for like a couple seconds.
Your team was too far away.
They were too far away, and they would have lost anyways. So it didn't matter. That round was gone. So it's toast. Just forget about that one and move on to the next.
So I think so far out of all the characters, you've gotten 0 value, and that's just due to the nature of Reaper and the way that you're playing him. You're playing him for these high risk and like moderate reward situations, when in reality, if you played safe with your team, maybe you could get more value out. I think you've maybe killed 2 people on your own, if that. I think you killed 1 for sure.
Well, on top of that, like almost every situation you've gone into, it's been like it's you versus 2, you versus 3. You're always fighting at a disadvantage, and it's generally not what you want to do.
Yeah, this is the most value you've gotten right here, which is good. You did okay here. And again, you don't have to waste your bullets there because you're actually doing 0 damage pretty much.
Yeah, and because that was Lucio, he's going to instantly heal through it. Ooh.
Yeah, because remember, Reaper is like, you have to be in their face. You're not going to do much damage. So Diva, even though she only has 150 HP, there was no way you're going to kill her. Yeah. And she has range on you.
When that Lucio was that far away, it's, and this is not an exaggeration, you probably did like 2 damage a shot. And that's being generous. And Lucio's just going to instantly heal that. You could have wraith formed and saved yourself right there.
Yeah. The reason why doing 2 damage is okay. It's still damage, right? But the reason we'll tell you not to is because it's not worth reloading. And then, there's seconds that are valuable there that you could have been spent killing someone close to you that you no longer are able to because you're in the animation. So if you wanted to go for a flank, now's about that time because you have ult and you're also very far behind.
All right, that Lucio, not Lucio, excuse me, that Zen should have been dead. All right, so it looks like when you were trying to deal with that Diva there, you were kind of like spinning in circles a little bit, and you were like shooting the wall a bunch. Like you weren't actually doing anything. It looks like you lost sight of your target. So I'm not really sure what exactly I can tell you for that. If you're having trouble like targeting somebody that's close or something, try just backing up or resetting the situation a little bit.
Also, one thing that I notice is your aim is a little fidgety. It skips quite a few pixels. So either you're not using the correct DPI or your sensitivity is higher than what you're used to naturally.
This would have been a great ult. That would have been a great ult. You still got it, but...
You could have had 4, possibly.
Yeah, as a general rule, you don't want to initiate with Wraith Form, because if something goes bad, you want to be able to escape, and Wraith Form is what you use to escape. Also, if you start Wraith Forming into like a group of enemies, they're going to scatter. If they see you or they're not dumb, they're going to scatter. Because they know what you're doing. Like, you're basically putting up, a 500-foot billboard that says, I'm about to ult all of you. So, everybody needs to scatter. So, that should have been a dead May right there. Yeah, I think your sensitivity might be high,
or
maybe your DPI
that
is
situation.
off.
Maybe you were felt pressured and you couldn't land your shots there. A lot of players break in stressful situations like that, where there's multiple targets and they're losing life quickly, and they end up not hitting any of their shots or doing anything. So just remain focused and remain calm, and you should do better in those situations. Yeah,
right.
so unfortunately, I think the Reaper is not good. Switching off of Reaper would be better here because they're outranging you. There's no way that you can initiate either.
Yeah. I mean, they do have a Winston, and Reaper is a good counter for Winston, but if you're just not... Here's the thing. If you're just not being effective... Even if the character you're playing is a counter to something that's on the enemy team, if you're not actually being effective, then you might as well just switch off. Also, I noticed you don't use your teleport at the beginning. It's not a lot faster, but using your teleport will get you to the point like a little bit quicker. So, I mean, you're not using it anyways. Like, now that you're here, you're not going to use teleport. So... you can just get to the point a little bit faster, basically. All right, so you have ult now. Both of you have ult. That would be good.
It was a good ult.
That Winston is just an idiot.
Yeah, he could have ran away and survived. Oh, okay.
Oh, rip. Well, it looks like they're going to take the point.
Yeah, one way that... well, one of the things that makes Junkrat not so good is if you see that he's on the enemy team, all you have to do is start jumping, and he just loses his effectiveness by a lot.
So, like, see, right now you're in the overtime situation, and you need to get over to your team. You could have just teleported. I mean, it's a minor speed increase thing. Ooh, that was...
Every second counts, though.
Yeah, but especially like in that situation where you're in overtime stuff. So it does seem like the rest of your team is, at least on that round. On the previous round, it looked like the rest of your team was actually staying together, but on that one, it looked like they were kind of like trickling in to the point instead of like waiting, grouping up, and then going as a group.
So edgy.
Yeah, 5 edgy, 3 me. Reaper, Genji.
Yeah, see, if you're playing Reaper, you can tell just right. I don't really like to use medals to compare, but if you have bronze medals on Reaper about to drop to no medals, this is a good chance you should probably switch. It's a good idea to switch off. You see situations like this where you can't proceed because, if you get close, you die. To really make Reaper work, you need an initiation comp that can kind of take the pressure away from you so you can just run up to your enemy.
All right, so I'm kind of glad you prioritized the Lucio there, but kind of bad that he's basically just running in circles. And he got away. Both you and the Genji were chasing him, and he just kind of just ran around. So, oof.
Yeah, maybe if you had better aim and tracking, you could have got the Lucio. But as soon as you saw him run away, you could have switched. Lucio is not a huge priority target, but if he's a free kill, he's a free kill. So.
Oh, come on, get that kill. No. All right, so real quick, you have no ammo. Had you started the reload before you used Wraith Form, by the time you got out of Wraith Form, you would have had full ammo again. So just FYI, it's a little trick that you can do. Reload and then go into Wraith Form. And you'll have your ammo. so you don't have to wait to reload after Wraith Form ends.
Yeah, a lot of DPS characters can do well and apply pressure by just unloading their gun. It doesn't matter if they kill their enemy; they're still applying pressure to the healers. But in this situation, because Reaper only has 8 bullets, and because it requires a very close range to actually do damage, you have to be very selective with the bullets that you use. So unless you're really, really close to your opponent, you don't have to click the left click. See, this situation, you're not going to kill a Junkrat. There's no way. So if you had opted to save that, you could have not have to reload there. Fortunately, you got the kill, but you never know what could happen.
Oh. So I don't know if that was just indecisiveness. You were going towards the other med pack, and then you just decided to turn around and go back to the other one. If you're that low on health, your best bet is to go for the safer med pack. Yeah, you went for the one that was like in the middle, and then you turned around. So if you know there's a med pack behind you, go for that one. Don't go for the one that's near the enemy.
So you should actually reload. So you're going in the fight with 5 bullets now. So if you had reloaded, you could have got that kill faster. And you ulted, unfortunately, when everyone was out of the point.
Yeah, everyone scattered, and you still ulted. I mean, you got the Lucio, but that was not nearly as good as you could have gotten. That was a good kill on Sim, though.
Unfortunately, you stepped in the trap.
Yeah, that's like also, I think that's like the 3rd, 4th, or something time that you've hit a trap. They are a little bit difficult to see, but just keep an eye out. Especially, I mean, if the enemy team has a Junkrat, then you know that there's going to be traps on the ground somewhere. So just keep an eye out for that, and you could have Wraith formed right there and kept yourself alive.
Maybe a little bit slow in the reactions, for sure.
All right, so you guys are now down 1 round to 2. No Hanzo, please. So useless. Did they even have a Hanzo? I don't. Maybe he switched.
They do have a Hanzo.
Oh wait, he just got like a triple at the end. I wonder if he did he use his ult and just kill everybody after the round was over? I think he did.
Although he's a Bastion now. Oh, now he's Genji.
Oh no, you got a Genji and a Hanzo. Oh no, now he switched.
And now you have one Lucio as your healer.
Yeah. So you have now you get a Zarya. These guys just keep changing.
Yeah, somehow you've ended in a worse comp than you started with. Things happen, I guess.
Now, I don't know if you have a microphone or not, but you could be communicating with the team to try to get a better comp. I mean, it's entirely possible they're going to tell you to just shut up. But, I mean, you can try at least. Wow, you just juked the hell out of that Reinhardt. Oh,
that's been unfortunate.
Booped. So right now you're still in bronze, which means that the Genji is probably actually. You know what? I bet you the Rein or the Diva is gold, and then one of the other tanks is silver. I bet you the Genji is not even on the chart. Or, I mean, it doesn't matter. Right now, one of the tanks is beating you in damage and kills and stuff. And gold medals aren't the end-all, be-all, but, take a little bit of that into consideration. Now, another thing that you're not doing at all, which you might want to learn, is to animation cancel your oh, you just got booped again. You can animation cancel your reload into a quick melee. Now, contrary to popular belief, this does not speed up your reload, but it does allow you to weave in an extra 30 damage. and you can start shooting at the exact same amount of time as if you didn't quick melee. So after you press the reload button, you'll see, for Reaper anyways, the reload number will go from 0 to 8 like very, very quickly. As soon as you see it change to 8, you can quick melee, and then you'll weave in an extra 30 damage. Now, obviously, it's only going to work if they're right next to you, but if you get into a habit where you're constant... I don't know about that one. If you get into the habit where you're constantly doing it and it's kind of like instinctive, then when the occasions come up where somebody is near you, you'll get that extra 30 damage that otherwise you wouldn't, so... Yeah, you're not gonna hit her.
Don't worry, it's a sniper. Reaper's a sniper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're actually doing like 1 damage to that Pharah right now. Okay.
Alright, take the scenic route.
That could have been bad.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he was low enough HP where it didn't matter. Yeah, so one of the weaknesses of your team is you don't really have anything reliable to kill Pharah with. And that's also...
That's the third time you've been booped off.
Yeah.
You got to be a little more aware of the environmental. They have a Lucio, a Pharah, and a Diva, and all 3 of them are able to boop you off. So just be more aware, because a lot of players specifically go out of their way to look for those environmental kills because they think it's cool, because they think it's neat, or whatever, or because it might net them like a play of the game or something like that. Ooh, wrecked. So be more aware of the actual environmental kill potential. Oh,
you shouldn't have been hit by that.
Yeah, that was kind of bull. He probably should have hit the Reinhardt, not you, but that was just bad luck.
So this is the
last
last
so
push.
You have a tank. It's kind of important that you let him go in first. All right, but he's sitting in a corner, so I guess never mind.
That is not a good...
Oh my god. Yeah, that was not good. That was not good. And I think you guys just lost. Yeah, you did.
That's a bit unfortunate. I do not advise teleporting into the middle of a team.
No. All right. What's he doing wrong?
Wow, okay. When you're going to flank... Make sure you're behind when you do it, and make sure it's a last-ditch effort. A lot of people feel like because they can flank, they should. It's not always the case, right? It's a team game. You want to be with your team behind your tanks. And when you go in, you kind of slip in unnoticed, and you do damage up close. That's what Reaper's for. If you had been with your team the first round, I believe you could have done more and maybe even won that round. But I think you did a grand total of maybe 100 damage of the first round, and you essentially were dead weight. You didn't do anything. You didn't give any help to your team at all. Second round, you picked it up a little bit. It's because the map was more close quarters. Then there was a lot of places where you could hide and where you could engage from without being seen, and that helped you out quite a bit. When you ult, make sure that you're 100% positive that it's going to do something. And don't accidentally step in a Junkrat trap, because those are bad, okay? I mean, aside from that, like, save your ammo. Again, you're not going to do damage unless you're, like, right up next to them. So even if there's a little bit of space in between you, save your ammo, because you only have 8 bullets, and then you got to reload, and that's the time that you could die. Last thing is, don't teleport into the middle of the team. You're just gonna get, as soon as you spawn in, you're gonna get a headshot by everybody. So, no, don't do that.
As far as teleporting, again, if there's like a pretty big distance from you to the point or whatever, you can just teleport. It'll save you that extra couple seconds. Be a little more careful of where you're teleporting though, and what you're doing. Like if you're gonna teleport up to the top or something, make sure that they don't see you, because like the first time, I think it was the very first time you tried to teleport up there, the Pharaoh saw you and just knocked you off instantly, and then you went into the point and she just killed you. So be a little more mindful of that. Also, learn those tricks that I mentioned. They're really simple. Reload before you use Wraith form, and you'll have full ammo when you come out of Wraith form. And also, when you reload, normally you can animation cancel it into a quick melee to weave in the extra 30 damage. And again, if you do it every single time you reload, then it will just become second nature. And if the case happens where there's an enemy right next to you, you'll get that extra 30 damage without even having to think or do anything extra, but because you'll automatically be weaving that quick melee into it. Don't try to do the Rambo missions. Again, stay with your team, and you can approach from a slightly different angle, but for the most part, just stay with your team. Also, I would check on your DPI and your sensitivity. It might be a little off.
Yeah, the last thing I have to say is what I noticed, especially on the last point, you can see it on the last point, your spacing when you attack is a little awkward. What I saw was, I saw you playing like you were a Tracer when you were a Reaper. The distance you had was good for a Tracer. It was enough for you to land on your shots if you were a Tracer, but for a Reaper, that's not the case. Reaper, you're supposed to always be approaching your enemy. If you have any space, you dramatically lose damage, right? So whenever you're attacking a target, you run towards your target and they run away from you. I saw that they were running away from you and you were also running away from them, shooting them, right, as they were leaving. So your job is to approach and their job is to run away. So that's how you should play Reaper there.
Well, thank you for sending in the video, and good luck climbing the ladder. If you'd like to have your gameplay coached and roasted, check out the description of this video for more details. But that's going to be it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe, because there's lots more Overwatch on the channel. Remember, always blame the controller, because it's never your fault.